Hey everybody, it is Stephanie here with Infernal TV, and I'm here with Krisiun. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for asking.
All right, so then let's start talking about your new album, Mortem Solace. It will be released the end of July. How did you come up with the name for the album?
Um, that was pretty much a reflex on what's going on these days. What I mean? I think we're we're kind of approaching a the end of the natural resources. You know what I mean? And Mortem Solis, it means the death of the sun. And it's been, I mean, be dealing with hard times, especially the past couple of years. And it looks like mankind is treating itself pretty badly, I mean. So the death of the sun would mean like death of all resources, I mean, a death of hope, I mean, metaphorically speaking, I mean. But yeah, it's pretty much a reflection of I mean, all that war and the pandemic and the way people were treating each other, I mean. We're not trying to bring a negative perspective, I mean, but it's we're speaking our minds out, I mean. Our music is brutal, I mean, so the messages are kind of brutal too. So yeah, death of the sun, it's like anything connected with the end of natural resources, the end of light,
Absolutely, and all of that is true. Now, I what I found interesting is how, well, I assume because of the pandemic, how you had to record the album locally. Because looking in your discography, it seems like you recorded a lot of albums in Germany, and you also recorded in Florida as well. So, what was it like recording the album in your hometown?
Well, actually, we could travel and record overseas, but we felt like it was a time for a change. I mean, we love all the albums we done in Germany, or we love the producers we had, but we felt it was time for a change. I mean, we got a friend. He owns a very nice studio downtown Sao Paulo, which is close to our home. So we decided to try it out. I mean, we had like more time to work things out. I mean, more time to experiment things. I mean, especially like after a hard day of recording. I mean, we could go back home and think about it and have a good night of sleep. I mean, and on top of that, we had Mark Lewis mastering and mixing it. So yeah, it was like that. I mean, we needed to change. I mean, and we very satisfied with the outcome. I mean, it was a different deal, a different thing. Like we never really recorded like close to home. I mean, and we had a good time. I mean, like I said, we we could try different things. I mean, we could try our own gear. I mean. Um, so yeah, we just decided it was time for a change, and we like I said, we're happy with the outcome. I think it came out pretty good.
Nice, very interesting. And I couldn't help but notice that you're going to have a very busy touring year. So how does it feel the past 2 years? There wasn't a lot of touring, and now it's like all these tours back to back.
Yeah, it was just it was hard to deal with it. I mean, like I said, we've been doing like a lot of a touring. I mean, like recording albums and going out on tours, and then all of a sudden everything was just shut down. I mean, it was just hard to deal with it. We could do a couple of streaming shows and it was just hard. I mean, like all of a sudden you had to stuck at home and seeing your friends losing their jobs and like uh, close friends actually dying. I mean, or losing relatives, you know what I mean? It was just bad, but somehow we tried to take advantage on it, you know what I mean? We we decided to start writing the new songs during the pandemic, you know what I mean? So it took us a few months, you know what I mean? And uh, it was just like I said, it worked out for us, you know what I mean? Because we took that you know those hard feelings and tried to put it on our music on the songwriting, you know what I mean? And that was it, you know what I mean? Like it was just hard to deal with it, but you we had no other choice, you know what I mean? Like I said, we took a few months to record it, to write and to record it, so it wasn't that bad. Like for the second year of the pandemic, it wasn't really bad. It was just bad seeing people, you know, dying or losing perspectives, you know what I mean? But we dealt with it, you know. I mean, we had to, and it was just bad, but it is what it is, you know. I mean, I'm glad this whole thing is just passing, you know. I mean, things are going back to normal, and yeah, we got this couple of tours scheduled, like for this second semester. Um, with there's a American tour with Revocation, and then European tour with Nile, like late this year. So yeah, we're glad things are going back to normal.
Great. And I'm definitely looking forward to that American tour.
All right.
So now you have been a band for over 30 years. How has like your songwriting and everything, how has that changed?
It was I think you know the main thing that kept us going is the motivation and the passion we have for this music. Um, it's just hard to keep going if you don't feel like, you know what I mean? Um, we love what we do. We love metal, and we love going out on tours and making friends and recording albums. And it's just hard to keep it up, you know. I mean, keep as your music relevant, you know. I mean, there's so many things going on, so many bands going out on tour, recording their albums, and it definitely it demands a lot of hard work and passion to keep doing it. Um, we're still playing the same style of music. It's the same three guys playing, but we try to develop somehow, you know. I mean, like when you love what you do, you will find a way to work harder and get focused and determined, you know. I mean, I think yeah, the the main reason and the main formula is like keeping motivated, and we're still motivated. We still in love with this kind of music.
Interesting. And now I always found it interesting that you're a band of brothers. So, um, how is it like playing with, your siblings? Are you able to like separate like your personal lives from your professional lives, or how have you been doing this for, for so many decades?
Yeah, uh, it's been a crazy journey, you know. I mean, like it's sometimes it's just hard to separate, you know. I mean, the professional side with the personal side, you know, because we've been together since we're born, and I would say that somehow it helps, you know. I mean, because we got no problem to tell each other whatever we want to tell, you know. I mean, sometimes it's just hard because, you know, I mean, it got too close sometimes, you know. I mean, sometimes you gotta go, you know. I mean, apart from each other for some time, you know. I mean, especially brothers, you know. I mean, of course we got arguments and sometimes we fight, but after all, we're still brothers, you know. I mean, I love my brothers, and like I said, we still got this feeling about, you know, having fun when it comes to play, you know. I mean, I just still enjoying it, you know. I mean, we got together us three on a practicing room, and no matter what, sometimes we got like arguments. Sometimes we got like a mad on each other, but I think uh, you know, I mean, the music, it's the most important thing, and you had to deal with it, you know. I mean, sometimes your brother tells you something that you don't want to hear, but after all, you got to understand that, that's for good. Sometimes it's it's a family thing that mix it up with the music, and so far so good. After all these years, we still, in love in what we do, and I love my brothers, even though sometimes we piss each other off.
Oh, it's very interesting. And now the ones, like something I find very interesting with Krisiun is that with this new album and then also with your older material, it's like you have this essence to your music. Like you don't really stray very far from your sound. So why is that important to, keep your core sounds?
Oh, yeah, it's some kind of a, formula that we developed. Even though we try not to repeat the same things. Uh, After so many albums, it's just hard to keep um, coming up with relevant things. But like I said, if you still in love with what we do, you'll find a way to do it. It demands a lot of dedication. I know I gotta, I gotta get back home and try to study and try to improve my game. To keep doing it. And it's a matter of love what we do, like I said already. But it's how it goes. Like sometimes we think about different things. About different elements that we could blend, we could add to our music, but there is also a limit. If you want to keep pushing it hard, and if you want to keep dealing with the same style of music, it's it's a demanding thing. And you definitely gotta study and find a way to, come up with something different, no matter what. I guess before we start like writing new songs, we sit together and we discuss things, we talk about it. Even though it's the same style of music, the same band playing, somehow we try to, bring different elements, on each album. For some people that we all sound the same, but it's if you pay attention, like each album has its own, you know what I mean, direction. It's the same thing, but somehow you got to find a way to sound differently. That's why we decided to record home. Try different studio, different producer. To somehow come up with something different.
Yes, I like that. And
Uh,
this is the last question. You can say anything you want. You can promote the album, your upcoming tours. It's all you.
well, first off, I would like to thank you, Stephanie, for the interview.
Of
It's
course.
a very important thing. If you're playing like on a underground extreme band, you gotta count on people that will support you. Because it's a hard deal. Like playing this kind of music and have the opportunity to go out on tour and record albums, and that's why they call it like this metal. It should be united. And people should help each other promote the stuff. Like we're not on TV or on the radio all the time, so it's a common thing. Well, I appreciate a lot the interview, the help, and yeah, like I said, we put a lot of heart and hard work on this album, and some of the songs are pretty good. Like I said, we work hard on some of the songs. I mean, talking about the whole album, but some of the songs, they come up better than each other. But I don't know. It's up to the people to judge it. But I would say the kids go check it out. It's a sick album. It's a heavy album. Uh, we represent what death metal all about. And after all these years, we're still doing it. We're still in love with the style, and we're very happy with the outcome. and hopefully people dig it, and looking forward to go out on tour and meet all the friends and all the kids.
All right, awesome, everyone. Thank you for tuning into this interview. Krisiun has a new album, Mortem Solace, excuse me for the pronunciation. I
Yeah,
don't
it's a Latin word.
ha-
It's hard to
um,
pronounce.
I don't have, I forgot to put in my notes the exact date of the album release, but I know it's at the end of July, July
Yeah,
20 something or
29th.
29th. Okay, thank you.
Right, yeah.
So yep, Mortem Solace will come out July 29th, and then Krisiun has a busy touring year. They have North American tour and a European tour coming up, so definitely check them out live if they're coming anywhere near you. And thank you again for watching. Stay metal, everyone.